Hello, BAME Farm fans. I usually don't do these videos, and I've never opened a camera box on video before, but this will be my fourth GoPro for the channel. We'll start by showing off the remnants of the Hero 7 Black. This one went through the corn picker and survived for a very long time. It's got a little bit of damage up in the upper left corner there, and it's okay. That's ugly, that's cosmetic, but the worst thing, which is not coming through very well, maybe there we can see it, is that the protective lens and the lens are gone, and like the sensors are just underneath that piece of glass, so it can't focus nothing. It's blurry. We saw that in the video where I'm stacking hay and this falls off the edge of the hayloft. So, I love this camera. It was great. I mean, I was disappointed I didn't want to run it through the corn picker. But it did pretty good. So, I'm using my phone to, film this. And then after this, we'll be able to get back to using the camera, hopefully. The 8 Black that I had acquired must have been at the end of the run of the 8s. Because I had to go through the challenge of calling the GoPro customer service, which involved actually emailing them first, filing a claim, and then they called me back within an hour, and then I spent over an hour on the phone with them diagnosing, doing everything I'd already done myself, and we'll just kind of hold this one here. Doing factory resets, going online and downloading updates, and manually putting them in the camera and seeing if that wasn't the issue. But the problem was that the camera, the Hero 8 Black that I had, was overheating. Because it would film for a short time, and then it would quit. Let's see, this is just the shipping paper about who and where it's going. It would quit, and it would pop up an error message on the back screen here that would say repairing file. I figured out it was overheating because the problem was more frequent. I wonder what's in this envelope. The problem was more frequent when it was warm outside. I had trouble in the summer. I had trouble when I was holding the camera in my hand because like body heat. It eventually would warm up. And then I had the bright idea of, well, let's put this thing in the refrigerator. And in just a couple minutes, it was ready to roll again. Because once it glitched, I couldn't film again until the camera sat for a little bit. I wonder what's in this envelope. I know we're being real slow here. Uh-oh. Hopefully I don't need 2 hands for this. This is a challenge. What's in here? Ah, a battery. And the dumb thing is... Oh, it's all sticky. Come on. There we go. It's free. That looks just like the old batteries. It's pretty... I wonder if it fits. See, the batteries I had from the 7 and 8 were the same. They were interchangeable. They'd fit inside of each other. Oh, we got a nice new carrying case. That's wonderful. So we got to get inside here. And, well, that's it. Now we got to break into this lovely bit of packaging. And they, ship a single battery separate. We got to see if it fits here. So I got smart and got some parts out of my GoPro collection of accessories. This is not a GoPro accessory. This is a phone holder that I found in the closet, essentially. And I made it work real quick to fit this tripod to hold the camera, so maybe I can use 2 hands to open this up. For my entertainment, we're going to pull the battery out of this bag here first. I want to see if it fits in my 7. I mean, to the untrained eye, the batteries for the 7 and 8 were the same. Oh, no, it does not fit. It is similar looking, but not that close. What a joy. So I went from having 3 batteries, because this camera had 1, and I got extra batteries when I got the 8, to now having a 9. Yes, they discontinued the Hero 8. I don't know if it's because I was having so many problems. I guess we could do this upright as such. I'll unzip it and we'll see what's in the carrying case. What all goodies do we get? Oh, they didn't send me a charger or whatever goes in these holes, so I got a nice big case, a lot of extra cardboard packaging stuff that's form-fitted. Wow, this camera's even, like, the 9 is bigger, thicker. I mean, the 7 and the 8 were about the same size, so we'll compare. I could get out a tape measure. I think you can see there's a little more meat to this 9. The only physical difference for me that matters the most is the fact, let's look at the bottom. It's that right there, those 2 little tabs that can go in, you know, whatever mount I feel like using, versus the 7 I needed the skeleton case to hold it. So I'm going to do my best not to run this camera through anything. Let's see if we can take that protective film off, because that sticker will get in the way. Probably leave the rest of it on until I get scratched up real bad. I need to figure out how to break into it to put a battery in this. That's one thing I hated about the 8, and this is going to be the same way. This side door is a real challenge to get into. Because, you know, whatever mounting screw I have will be sticking out right in the way. And I'll have to plug this in and charge it. Didn't even get a new charger, so hopefully they use the same USB-C, which they probably do. Need to put a card in there. Also helps. I had to put it in the right direction. But I gotta charge it, and then we'll turn it on, and we'll see what it does. It's gonna take, you know, some time to charge the battery up. Well, it beeps good. Turn it on. Yep, we get to go through the initial setup. That's what I'm waiting for. Well, we gotta pick language. We're gonna go with English. Oh, well, who knows what the terms of service and use are, but we're gonna agree, because what if we don't? We're not gonna be able to use it anyways. Ooh, this could be fun. Turn on first location, speed, altitude, and more. I wonder what this requires. Not really worried about location, but the speed. There is something I want to do with the tractor. Maybe going down the road to know how fast I'm going. We'll see if this... Okay, we're going to do that later, apparently, because I don't have the app on my phone. We're going to skip that because I'm old school. It has the date correct. That's good. Time is way off. Close enough. Maybe we'll account for the time change. Whoa. No, this is hard doing one-handed, holding the camera. Close enough. Nope, we're ready. We can go through and change the view. I like super view. That's extra fish eye-like and curves things. Of course, we're viewing a screen on a screen. Lovely. I don't know, I like super view. Extra, I mean, wide is nice. But how I'm using my camera on my phone, I like how the GoPro has a very wide angle view. Now how do we go back? That's how we go back. What's 2x mean? Slow motion. I've never played with this before. I'll leave that as factory setting. A lot of new stuff. The anti-shake is on. That is good. The plus is not available. Hyper smooth. Yes, that is good. That's why I like the GoPro, because obviously I'm moving around. That's going to be really annoying for some of you. I'm sorry, but just to demonstrate. What if I don't have it boosted? Boost it off. Ooh. Leave the boosting on. Yeah, that's, wow. You can't see it because I gotta, like, move them together. But me watching as I'm moving it around and watching the screen, in real time, it looks really good. Okay, I've decided to have some fun and go through some settings. So that is for the beeping noise. I like hearing the camera do stuff. And the rabbit there allows us to hit the record button while the camera is off and start recording. That is the screen lock. I'll leave that unlocked. That's a pain to deal with. We can even set it up with voice commands. I guess I don't want to talk to it. This right there sets up grid lines, which helps with finding the view. If I was doing a lot of hand filming, that would be great, but since I'm either strapping this to my head or anything else, I'm not worried. That right there, if we click on it, sets up what the front screen does. We can have it do nothing or show what's going on, which could be good if we're doing a lot of what I would call selfie view, holding the camera looking at myself. I'm trying to save battery, so I figure by not displaying everything I'm filming on the front, maybe that'll save some battery, because I've fully charged it and we're already down. Of course, I've been going through settings and stuff. I've already used up 5% battery here in just a few minutes. That's orientation. So when I turn it, yeah, that drives me nuts. I hate that because sometimes it's a little oversensitive. So I can leave it as orientation's locked, and I can always play with the video manually in the editor. Like sometimes I have the camera mounted upside down to film. I think that setting would automatically orientate whatever's up instead of where I have it now. Up is always the top of the camera, so up is down low now since I have it locked. Unlocking it would let it, rotate, and well, it drives me nuts just having all the little buttons and icons on the screen turn, so I locked it up. I am not quite sure what the camera does. It brings up a new setting called Max Lens Mode, but I don't have the Max Lens mod, so we probably will not do that. And we'll turn that off. Let's see, what else? There's more settings. Connections is obvious. I can connect to my phone. This might even probably connect this one to Wi-Fi, but I like to take the memory card out, stick it in my computer. And we'll see other preferences. I don't have voice control, displays. I don't know what the regional thing says. GPS. I mean, this thing is practically a computer in itself, or halfway to a phone. Just a really, really fancy camera, but I can't call anybody on it. Wouldn't that be fun? I could talk to this thing. Guess it'd look better than talking to myself. Let's see. 2 minutes, it'll turn itself off. Let's see what other settings can we go through that I can think of. I can change the volume of the beep. Wow. And some of these, so this is all just like words, where before it was pictures, and now we're doing like a different user interface because some people want to read a phrase versus see a picture. Which before I had to study all those pictures before I actually filmed. Most of these aren't things that I'm not going to change. I've already made the changes I wanted to make. And set up. We can look at connections. Yeah. Fancy. It's a long way off from the Hero 4 Silver that we started with. And then if we swipe the other way... Oh, this is some test footage from when I had to prove to the service desk that this thing was broken. So we're going to select them all, and I want to delete them. There they are. Now I selected them. Well, we know what that looks like, so I shouldn't fat finger anymore and accidentally delete all of the footage. Okay, we have a fully empty memory card. Well, see, this is my tech savviness, or lack thereof, coming out. So I went over to the photo portion. Yeah, you can take photos with a GoPro. Seems kind of odd, but sometimes you just don't want film. We can set a timer. That is like the aspect ratio, and it stays the same from photo to video apparently, or I just have it set, or maybe it's preset as wide. I haven't checked into that. Probably stayed that way from the video. Let's see, we can even do different types of photos. There's standard, HDR, and my fingers are too big for the screen, to a super photo, and I'm not sure what any of those are, or a very, I guess, low quality raw. Leave it at standard. I won't take many photos, and then this down here we can use it to zoom in and out. Yay. Get back. Okay, well, let's explore what time-lapse does. Okay, time-lapse. I use this a lot, watching me work. Probably what I should have done for this video, because this will be longer than I expected, for just, going through the settings on a GoPro and the first time opening it up. Come on. Huh. Interesting. It's supposed to make a smooth transition from like everyday real time to really working really fast. We can zoom. Okay, we'll go with real speed, whatever that means. Oh, we can zoom that also. Huh. What if we can zoom the videos? Never tried that, and it's definitely in wide. Wide is always good. We want to see everything. I know it distorts it, but I think it's better to see more than to see better or straight. That doesn't sound good. It's just better to see more wide angle. The more you see, the better, versus, I say, the quality, because we're not going to... There's not like I have a grid on the video you're watching to be able to measure things out, if that makes sense. It's all about the action. So we're back in video. 1080, 60 frames a second, and I don't know what SV stands for, but it's not SVU, so Olivia's not going to pop out and chase down, any child sex predator. Enough of that. I think that's everything now. Now we'll call it a video.